Last time on Chronicles Mirrored Princes, we finally got a chance to meet our new heroes Eddrick and H.R. Dragonel. There, they managed to meet some of the other old characters that helped them talk about what exactly they're going to be doing next, such as the trial of the king. However, Eddrick has no interest in doing it, and while Dragonel has his own interest in his own trial, the likelihood of them doing their own trial of the king is very, very rare. Though, after crossing paths with Team Madden again, they decided that it's best for them to try this trial thing out, as they think it's fate telling them that it's something they should do. Episode 2, Dragon Trials. It was a warmer day as our boys traveled by sea. Eddrick and Dragonel sunbathed on the folded chairs on the front end of the cruise. Laying there without a care, they take in the cloudless day happily.
Afternoon, passengers. The cruise heading to the island of the Cursed will arrive shortly.
Dragonel gets up with excitement. Already? Well, we best get ready then. Eddrick remained relaxed. I don't know, man. Can't we just stay out here for a few more minutes? We ain't there yet, are we? He thought over while looking at the horizon. You do have a point. Alright, just a few more minutes. He gets back in his chair to relax. What are you gonna do with the trial thing anyway? Short in thought. I was thinking I'd ask my dad first. Get some insight from him, you know? You feel me? Eddrick smiled at that suggestion. Your pops, huh? Makes sense to me. Oh, until then, we rest until we can't rest anymore. They continue to lay there as nothing changed. However, they yet to realize someone is keeping a close eye on them. Darknot was in a room of his own, keeping watch of them throughout the window. He was back on the phone with someone as he saw them. Boss, I'm having second thoughts about this. I don't understand what's so difficult. You're just spying on them. Yeah, but in case you've forgotten, I'm much older than them. I felt like a pedophile. I see. Well, as long as no one sees you, not making us any better. He sweats as he sees two people look at him weirdly through the window. He waves darkly as they cautiously walked away. Regardless, you said they're heading to the island. If that's the case, try to interrogate his father. The sons might not know anything, but the king should. Darkheart nods understanding. It shuts off with him making sure no one else sees him. We now made it to the island of the Cursed, the capital city to be precise. The boys stretch their limbs as they walk into the place. Home sweet home. Ain't that right, bro? Eddrick waved back at some of the civilians. I guess it's not every day when your kind meets human like me. Dragonel gave him a deadly glare. What do you mean by your kind? He gave back a smug look. I mean the annoying types. They stared off and forward, laughing again. Marching forward, they bantered back and forth as they went deeper into the city. Annoying? You're one to talk. I am one. At least I boast about stuff I can actually do. Joke's on you. I can't. He looks over to see something familiar. Eddrick took notice as well. Are we being followed? They walked closer to take a second look. Darknot hid behind one of the buildings, hoping out it wouldn't come near. Before it did, however, they heard another familiar voice. Hey, what are you two kids doing here? They turned around to see an older red dragon come near. I thought you guys would have gone skateboarding or whatever. Nah, Dad, that ain't our thing. Well, then what are you doing here exactly? He looks over to Eddrick, who gives an unamused look back. What, expecting me to raise my fist to the Dragonel Empire? He shook his head while laughing. Good to see you too, young Staticus. He turned over to his son. What time did you get here? Not too long ago. Maybe a minute or two earlier. If that's the case, you probably haven't eaten yet. He sighed to that realization. Come on, we'll have lunch at my place. You can explain once we get there. He followed their own different expressions. Darknot sighs in relief as he checks. Too damn close. How did I get so careless? He shakes his head, no matter. Might as well take this as a sign of good luck. He continues to follow close behind. The scene cuts to the boys and the adults sitting in a large room at a long table. The oldest Dragonel sat on the big chair as the kids sat on the small chairs right next to him. They're eating some form of steak. Yet as the dragons scarfed down their food like it was nothing, Eddrick barely ate a third of his. They noticed after they finished. Are you gonna finish that? He pushed it aside as he gave the adult an odd look. Even as his best friend, I still don't understand how you can eat such large portions of food. The oldest laughed as he took it. I keep getting used to how Vanians can't handle the big meat like us cussed. Isn't that right, boy? The youngest held his burp as he nodded. Nah, I saw him eat an entire bowl of ramen before. He's just being a food-wasting pussy. He smiles back. Eddrick was about to give him back, but the oldest stopped him. Now, young blood, is that how you talk to your friend? They laughed as the oldest looked confused. Come on, that's not even the top 5 of the worst things he called me. Ditto. He shook his head in confusion. You kids and your odd sense of humor. He turned to his son. Anywho, I know you came here for a reason. Care to explain? His son looked at him seriously. I heard his father mentioning something about a trial of a king. He widened his eyes for hearing that. My goodness, already? He turns to Eddrick, who was hardly paying attention. What you staring at me for? Did your father ever mention the dangers and risks you'll take? Refused to answer. Answer me! I need to know! His son pulled him back. That's for him to figure out. What I want to know is, do I get something like that? I figured since he and I do a lot of things together, if he has a trial, so do I. His father took that into his thoughts. He gets up to look out the window while thinking. Us Dragonels don't particularly have trials similar to that of the Studicus. In fact, the only reason they do it is to make 100% sure that the next king has the capabilities to carry the torch. We don't necessarily do that, but I suppose you can find your own trial. His son seemed confused at that statement. What I mean is that you can somehow find something that can help you the best way you can. For instance, I had to fight against some of my previous advisors for how this law of ours should be run. That might not be the same for you, however, but I bet there's something you can do. Like what? Best you in a fight? Or in a quiz show? He gave an unamused look. Well, Studicus, maybe you should keep to yourself for once. Eddrick shrugged as he leaned back in his chair. I'm just looking out for him. He's very determined to find his trial of his, and as his best friend, I feel like I need to make sure he gets past whatever he needs to do. This caused the oldest to think for a moment. I think I have something. I'll be right back. He flies away from them quickly as the youngest finishes the remaining meat. You don't think he'll actually fight me, do you? Eddrick shrugged as he stared outside. Come on, you can totally beat his old ass. Is it like him to beat yours? They gave each other sarcastic looks. Just because I'm a month older doesn't mean I'm old. Even then, you can beat me my worst day. He shrugs and leans back. Wanna bet? With a few seconds of a stare down, they went into the fused situation. Couldn't think of a better comeback, could ya? I guess you did beat me on my worst day. They stopped, however, as the oldest dashed back with a book in his hands. I think I figured it out. He looked at him confused. He opens the book to a certain place in the middle of it. Do you remember the fairy tales your mother used to read for you before bed? His son gets all excited. How can I not? Those were the shit! They laugh as his father strolled through the page quickly. Well, little did you know that some of these legends were real. One in particular is Legend of the Dragon Medallion. Does this sound familiar? Even I heard about that. Something in regards to the old temple of the first generation of Dragonel. Only something similar to his power could obtain the medallion. He nods with agreement. You mean to tell me that this is my trial? If you choose to accept, remember that you don't need to. His son took the book to see for himself. Tell me, please. With another laugh, he gets the book back and he turns the page. You will find it here in the heart of the island. Note that if you want to do it like how the Starkists do it, then you must find your own way to accomplish this goal. Eddrick rolled his eyes at hearing that. He said the same goddamn thing. Regardless of what he said, I will accomplish this task. I swear upon my mother that I'll... He feels his dad rubbing his head. Scales, you really are coming of age. He closes the book while marching towards the window. Very well, I wish you luck as you get the medallion. That artifact will be the symbol of your growth. His son nods confidently while getting back up. Understood. Come on, Eddrick. About time. They rushed out as the oldest smiled proudly. Though he was proud of his son, his attention was on Eddrick. Despite his immaturity, he does have your will, Michael. As he notices they left, he sighs while changing his look to serious. You can come out now. Don't think I didn't notice you spotted my son earlier. From a distance, he heard footsteps come closer, only for it to reveal Darknut staring back at him. It's been a while, Dragonel. He put the book on the table as they stared down at each other. I heard what happened to your wife. I'm very sorry. That was 8 years ago. We can skip the formalities for now. What do you want? Darknut comes closer while putting out a piece of paper. He gives it to the dragon as they read it. You may not be the leader of this investigation, but you are involved somehow, right? The oldest finishes reading unflinchingly. I have no idea what this is. Dragonel slammed his fist on the table. Don't play dumb with me. I've been dealing with an idiotic boss about a stupid project for months now. Are you telling me or I'll pay right off your cold dead corpse? And that your kid would like to lose his other parent. Dragonel laughed after hearing that. Oh, please. You don't threaten me. Take your best swing. I promise that it'll be the only swing you'll get. Dragonel took a step back as he realized what was happening. That's when a voice came from Dragonel's pocket. Then let's up the stakes, shall we? Dragonel took notice as the voice was too familiar. Peterson? So you are alive after all. I figured you actually died since our last encounter. And that's why you're too quiet for anyone to notice. Darknut brings up the phone to make it clear. I've been playing a more reserved role as I needed a new plan. Yet, since the wizard is defeated, I have no reason to kill you or your friends outside of petty revenge. Unlike that stupid biker, I'm above that. He laughed at hearing that. Above that? Don't make me laugh. If you were, what was the point of that beast? Only for besting the people we couldn't beat. Though that's neither here nor there. All I want to know is what is this Magonian treasure? I already told your right-hand man I don't know. If I did, why would you care? As a Magonian myself, I feel obligated to know. Not only that, but I need to do anything to get Team Magnet back in order. After our previous battle, a lot has changed for the worse. I'm not going into full details as I know that's not what you're concerned. But let's say we are one step away from disbanding as a whole. And being real, we are desperate. And desperate times do call for desperate measures. Hearing about this Magonian treasure is the spark I need to get everything back in order. And you heard my partner. There is no need to play dumb with us. Spell it out, now. Dragonel gave another smile while shaking his head. You're too funny, metalhead. I say let your pathetic team disband for all I care. Besides, I don't know jack squat. You can believe whatever you want, but I genuinely don't know. You're asking the wrong person. He was interrupted with a laugh along with Darknut pointing out his sword towards him. But I just admitted you do know someone that does. Who is it? Dragonel braced his claws up in peace. I have no intention to fight you. Yeah, if you swing that thing at me, then you can say goodbye to those red eyes of yours. Darknut stared at him angrily. You heard him. Stand down. He complies while stepping back. Besides, there's more than one way to ground a dragon. Dragonel takes the phone to him. What are you saying? Without a laugh, here's one last statement. If you won't tell me, then maybe the other dragon will. He widened his eyes as the phone cuts off. He crushed it while looking at Darknut escaping. You wouldn't dare, you metal bastard! This leads us deeper than the forest, as Eddrick and the youngest Dragonel traverse it eagerly. At least, Dragonel did. Are you sure this is the quickest way to the middle? Seems like we're just getting lost in the forest. Dragonel gave him a proud look. Trust me, don't forget whose home country this is. I know this place with the back of my hand. You say that, but I don't know a lick about Starvania. The hidden secrets of the place, I mean. He waved his friend off while keeping his pride. Relax, we'll be there in no time. They continued to travel through as the peaceful wind made the only noise beside them. Do you remember the one time you and I got lost in a friction forest? Dragonel laughed at hearing that. Oh man, that takes me back. You and I were so bored of that stupid Star Council meeting, so we decided to play hide and seek in that place. Of course, you had to pick the one spot deep in the forest. Eddrick showed with a smirk. Hey, I did what I needed to win. You still found me in the end. Yeah, unfortunately got us lost in the process. We heard nothing around us as we held each other in fear. He takes a moment to recall the memory. That was the same day you and I made that pact. We thought it was just the two of us from now on, so we decided to swear that we have each other's back no matter the circumstance. He smiled while punching Eddrick's arm. Then your dad finally found us, and boy was he pissed. Ugh, don't remind me. You brought it up. He laughed as Eddrick looked down to the ground. He gripped his hand in frustration. I can never tell what that guy wants from me. Yet at the same time, I know he cares about me deep down. That's the infuriating thing about him. He's so terrible at being a father, yet he's good at being a dad. Dragonel holds onto his shoulder. It's like what he's doing is just one big message. Despite his shortcomings, that there can be a capable person in a situation where I don't belong. That you can make it happen when it seems like you can't. Maybe that's what he meant by lean by your own way. Eddrick gave him a confused look. Think about it. He knows he can't be good at something he never practiced in, and he still make it work somewhat. Doing it the way you explained it. He took into his thoughts while shrugging. You might be onto something. Dragonel gave him a prideful look as he marched along. Well, I was always smarter than you. You wish. They laughed as their voices echoed in the distance. Within the deep forest, however, was moved from shadow-like creature. It kept following them as they walked along. It wasn't too long before they finally made it to the other side. Alright, where is that temple thing? They look around, only to see nothing but a mountain in front of them. Dragonel finds it not too long after. Oh, there it is! Where? He points up with Eddrick giving the field look. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know what you're complaining. Just grow one of your rocks to help you out. Eddrick gave an annoyed look. In case you've forgotten, every ability requires energy don't output to make it work. I'm going to tire myself while you make it halfway up the mountain. He didn't feel his Dragonel lifting him up while flying. If it's halfway is all it takes, then halfway is I'll take ya. He slowly lifts him up as they go inch by inch off the ground. You know, you can stand to lose a few pounds. I'm only 160. That should be nothing to you. And who are you calling fat? Last I checked, I'm not the one who gulps down thousands of pounds each meal. Don't forget I'm also lifting myself in the process. And let's just say us dragons weigh heavier than humans. Also, the last statement is bullshit, you know it. Eddrick looked back at the mountain while thinking. He didn't hatch an idea. I get it now. He says his finger as a weird light attached to one of the rocks in the mountain. It shoots towards him, but stops at Eddrick's steps on the rock. Took me a hot moment, but I figured it out. They gave each other a thumbs up as they knew what to do. Sloan said he wants a race, eh? Dragonel catches his breath on the rock while along with his bud. Okay, this should work nicely. After a few minutes of climbing and taking breaks, they eventually made it to the top of the mountain. Eddrick was almost drained of energy as they finally made it to the temple. Look at that thing. This is what my ancestors called home when they once lived. Eddrick slowly got up while catching his breath. Great. Give me a moment here. Dragonel laughs as he gets closer to his friend. I got you, bro. He fills his fist with lightning as he hits Eddrick's chest hard. He's screaming in pain while getting back up. Alright, I'm up. Dragonel laughs as they approach the temple. Inside of it was dark, with nothing but vague images of statues occupying the wall. Eddrick brought a stick with him as they can start a fire to light the path. That thing is going to last for like 5 minutes. Don't need to last that long. We'll be fast enough. They went forward while looking at all around them. This reminds me. Didn't our dad find the Temple of the Beast? Yeah, back around our age, I think. This place looks no different than the way they described it. I'll say. He says one of the statues staring judgmentally at him. That's when both of them noticed a green light coming within the temple. They stared down the way to try and see what it was. Your dad never mentioned anything about green light in the book, did he? He shook his head in denial. They then saw it form to a dragon, one that looked familiar to them. Hey, that looks kind of like you. They widened their eyes as the statue looked behind it. That's when they saw a medal that had a lightning symbol with a dragon encompassing it. It looks back while giving a roar. I think that thing is guarding the medallion. Eddrick smiled as he faced the statue. That's it. All we need to do is shrink him, and he's done for. As long as he is a living creature, it shouldn't be too hard. He didn't realize the statue caught up and punched him out of the temple. He heads up in pain while laughing. Okay, that was a good hit. But I still got him right where He snapped his fingers while nothing else happened. They were left confused as the statue went back to Dragonel. He defended, but still hurt a lot. The hell? Why isn't it working? His friend punched it back, yet it barely affected him. He might be a spirit of some kind. Remember, your ability doesn't work on animate objects. Eddrick grunted hearing that. Besides, I think we can take him. We don't need to shrink or grow anything. He nodded confidently as his cosmic orb releases. Dragonel got his lighting ready, and the fight began. Except for Eddrick, where he felt something grab onto his back. Whatever it was, it yanked him out of the temple for good and onto the ground hard. He looks up to see something bizarre to him. A metal head on a black chair with 3 claws on both sides of the chair. Stay out of this. I have someone else to talk to. The being saw one of his claws shrink as Eddrick got back up. Weird head stuck in a chair. Must be that boss team magnet. Peterson, was it? He looks back at him annoyed. I don't know what you want with him, but I won't allow you to hurt my brother during his trial. He felt another claw pin to the ground. I told you, Starboy. My problems are with him. Though, thinking about it, you might have the answers I'm looking for as well. He punched the claw off as he pulled it over towards his direction. How about you crush my fist? He punched Pearson's head off as the chair tried to catch him. This gave Eddrick an opportunity to rush back to the temple. I'm sorry, Dragonel, but I got someone else here to fight. You're on your own for now, but I believe you can show that spirit what you're made of. You got this, bro. Dragonel dodged the attack of his opponent as he hears him. Okay, just be careful. He dodged the attack while flying in the air. This is fine. You knew there would be situations where you and him can't always work together. Use the dragon blood inside you to win this fight. He gave a swift punch towards his opponent, only for the spirit to avoid the attack again. Crap. He felt a harsh punch from the statue as he hits the wall hard. Back to the other fight, Pearson regains himself as he faces the young prince. He launches his claws over to the boy for a barrage attack. Eddrick, thinking quickly, used the growing rocks to block all Pearson's attack, yet he couldn't stop all of his moves. What's wrong? Can't beat someone without your friend to help you. Eddrick laughed after he dodged his next attack. You don't want to talk. Have only your robots and that weird other guy do your bidding. No wonder my father never liked you. Oh no, I'm so hurt. How could he do such a thing after all we've been through? He sees Eddrick breathing hard after his latest attempt to block. You can't kill yourself forever. At some point I'll gain the upper hand. How about you make it easier on all of us and tell me what you know about the Magonian treasure? What the hell is that? He notices Pearson intentionally missed him with a hard punch. Enough of these stupid games. Answer my damn question. Pearson brings his face closer. I heard how you feel about him in the forest. You're angry with him, and you don't like how he constantly fails to support you like all fathers should. And the fact that he has the excuse to never learn to become one angers you. Eddrick thinks it over as each word enters his ear. This is your chance to get back at him. Show him that you are the strong leader he wants you to be. The ability to rebel against his wishes. That's what a strong leader does. He felt another punch to his face. This time with a lot of pain lingering. You're right. I am angry with him for those reasons. Yet, despite your seemingly infinite wisdom, you forgot I said I know he cares about me deep down. I might not like everything he does, but I'll never turn my back on him. Even if I knew about this treasure, I wouldn't tell you anything. For that'd be my way to lead. To take my own guns instead of his. He throws another coin from his pocket as he enlarges on top of Pearson. He uses his remaining claws to stop it, yet was getting heavier by the second. Do you even know why we were here to begin with? My friend is trying to prove himself, others that he can grow to be a strong person. Now, his father can only help him for so long. At some point he has to take the responsibility for himself. And as his friend, it's my duty to keep up and help him in every way I can. What I'm trying to say is I'm not letting some metal piece of shit get in the way of his or my growth. Either back off or I'll make you back off. Pearson grunted as he held the coin. You have a stronger will than what I took you for. But my will is just as strong. No matter what happens, I will bring Team Magnet back to its former glory. That treasure will be mine. He finally tosses the coin aside, only to see Eddrick get back close to him. Tear it to the ground with you, bitch. He gives him a barrage attack as he falls to the ledge. Eddrick stumbles in exhaustion as he makes sure the Pearson falls. He looks over and leaves to see Pearson lie on the ground in pain. He turns around to breathe. That takes care of that. The rest is up to you, bro. Dragonel stuck to the ceiling of the temple as he studies the spirit. He was also exhausted as the statue seemed completely untouched. Damn it all. Nothing I do seems to be working. He can't fly like me, but it doesn't matter as none of my attacks doesn't even lay a scratch on him. He slams the wall in frustration. Come on, don't you want to be a strong person? Or is he keeping a weak little... He saw himself take a breath. Keep calm, young blood. Figure it out. He looks over to see the medallion also untouched. As he stared at it, he got his own idea while taking a look at the statue. It's stupid, but nothing else seems to be doing anything. Here goes nothing. He lunged off the ceiling towards the medallion at lightning speed. The statue came up as they both reached for the medal. I knew it. Now's my chance. He puts everything he has into one lightning fist and attacks the statue hard. His head flows straight towards the wall as you grab the medallion with his other hand. How do you like me now? It roars back in fury, yet Dragonel roared back himself to assert his dominance. They roared at each other for a while before it got quiet down. The statue then decided to fade away with Dragonel giving a confused look. That's when he heard a faint voice.
Yep, you're definitely a drop of my own blood.
He looked around to see where it was coming from. That's when he looked around to see a shadow of a dragon that looked like him.
Good job. Only someone like you would have pulled that off showing.
Yeah, thank you. He was shocked to see it, yet still alerted.
I see you're confused. Allow me to elaborate. What you just fought was my spirit. That guards this temple from others. Those who foolishly take my medallion.
He widened his eyes as he came to a conclusion. Don't tell me you're Electronics Dragonel, are you? The spirit then came out in the green veil. He smiled back proudly.
In the flesh, in the soul.
They laughed while looking at each other.
Good to see my new generation is as strong as ever. I don't know much about the others, but at least the showing you did was good enough to make my worries go away.
Dragonel nodded eagerly. I can't believe you're actually him. He had his head, but because he was a spirit, it didn't really land. Yeah, the message was still understood. I didn't think you'd actually be here. They laughed again as he saw that.
In fairness, this isn't exactly me. Just a roaming spirit guarding what's left of his legacy.
He sees the young dragon and looked back at the medallion.
Do you know why I created that? After I transformed into a dragon along with my other cursed brethren, we had to fight for our new land. Thanks to the help of the people I called my friends, we won in a fierce battle. So in order to show our camaraderie and strength, we made a medallion for each person. Yet despite our strength, we were never meant to live forever.
That sucks. I suppose that's life for you. The spirit put his head on the young dragon's shoulder.
You're correct, but that doesn't mean we can't last forever.
He points to the medallion.
Look at it. That's the symbol of our lineage. That's the legacy we keep and hold dearly. You earned that today, and it's important that you keep it at all times.
Dragonel nods, looking at his ancestor.
With people like you, I say the Dragonel lineage is in good hands. Remember to always hold that medallion with pride, for that's what that symbol means. Promise?
Holds it tightly. You can count on me. I promise wholeheartedly that I will be the man you see me as. Electronia sighed in relief.
I can rest in peace now. Good luck, young blood, though I doubt you need it.
The spirit fades away as the temple becomes dark again. Dragonel kept his smile as he grips the artifact tightly. He walks out with the medallion in hand as he sees Eddrick slowly get up himself. That stupid metallic ballsack. If he ever shows his face to me again, I swear I'll... He looks over to see Dragonel holding the medallion and a big smile on his face. Wait, is that the... Dragonel nods so he goes over to help him get back up. He almost lost to a head in a chair? Oh, shut up. And laughed as they rest on the top of the mountain. That's when they heard a rush of something blaze by. What did they see the oldest fly down to her level? Don't worry, I'm here. Is everything okay? Where's Peterson? Both the boys looked at each other while laughing. The oldest seemed worried, but he eased them a bit to see the two were okay. It was now dusk. Eddrick was on the phone with someone as they arrived back at Electronia's castle. He was outside the front door while talking. And that's pretty much what happened. It was his father on the other side. I see. Pearson didn't hurt you too much, did he? Quit worrying. I bested him. Albeit not in his dragon form, but still, Mikey gave a sigh of relief. Good job. Though you gotta learn to be a little conservative with your ability. It can't just grow things to its limits or shrink things to the point where it cells larger over and over again. You need to balance it out. Yeah, I got it. Jesus, you're being more annoyed than usual. May gave a grunt at hearing that. Though, I do appreciate the concern. It went silent for a moment. Anyway, Pearson mentioned something about this Magonian treasure. Know what he's talking about? You said you had something to do with it. Mikey seemed more after hearing that, but he kept his cool. First I'm hearing of it. He's probably just desperate for anything. I'll be if I was in his shoes. Or, I guess, chair. They laugh at each other. Regardless, he doesn't know what he's talking about. There's no such thing as a treasure. You got that right. And here I thought there's another Magonian capsule in the ocean. My brought back his worried expression. You knew about that? Of course. You're terrible at keeping secrets after all. I'd already talked about with Gordon when it first showed up that ugly head. He sighed knowing the jig was up. Oh. Eddrick laughed again. Don't worry about it, I won't tell no one. Promise? It's important that until we know what it is, no one finds out. You have my word, old man. Stop acting like I screwed us up. He sees the door open behind them. Anyway, I gotta go. Now that this trial is finished, it's time I do mine. Okay. Don't forget your promise. Remember that I love... That's what the call as the two dragons walked out. I couldn't be happier with your success along with your safety. For a second, I thought Pearson might have kidnapped you. Eddrick walks over pridefully. Don't worry, Dictator. I wasn't going to let my bud's trial be ordered for something so stupid. They gave each other an amused look. Anyway, Dad, thank you for the opportunity. He felt his head get patted again. You're welcome, and I'm happy for you. You're going to be more of a man than I ever was. Never accept that success. His son nodded joyously. Anyway, feel free to stay here for the night. I'm not sure what trial you plan to embark on tomorrow, but I do know you need all the rest that you can get. Eddrick nodded happily. I guess one night wouldn't hurt. Still got the bunk beds? Yeah, but I call dibs on the top bunk. They laugh as they walk inside. With a little more bantering, their words echoed in the distance. That's when we go back to Pearson and Darkness hanging out by the pier from earlier. I presume you found nothing. Am I wrong? Pearson seemed upset with that outcome. Maybe the kid is right. He might not know anything about what we're searching for. Blast it all. We're so close to our goal. Bernard just shook his head in disappointment. All my time by your side. Not once did I ever consider you how wrong you were. Yet you can't even see that you're the reason we never get back on top. Whatever. I guess we'll have to keep searching until we find that treasure. It will be ours. I can guarantee it.